Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Becky Nolan. I'm the Membership Engagement Manager here at CBIA. Want to thank you all for joining me today. Just before we get going, I would like to just make sure that if you have any questions throughout the program here, please put them in the Q&A. Don't put them in the chat. I encourage questions throughout. So I'll stop and take questions as we go along. If you have anything that maybe you want to follow up with me later, certainly we'll do that. But again, thank you so much for joining me here. This is a high-level overview of CBIA, who we are, how we work with you, and some of the resources that we have available to you. So let me just go a little bit into some of our historical content. So CBIA was established in 1815, 210 years ago. That's a long time. But the business began 39 years before the United States declared independency. And again, it goes back to trade embargoes. So funny we're in that space again. It started with 20 company leaders kind of representing manufacturing, banking, insurance in Middletown. And it was organized as a society of encouragement for Connecticut manufacturers. And the group was confronted, as I said, by the trade embargoes. So here we are again, and that's why CBIA is here to support you and your business and to really help us have a much better cohesive business atmosphere here in Connecticut. A little bit about us is we are the third largest business association in the United States. With that, we have a long-standing tradition of business advocacy, as I mentioned, and CBIA is also very active now in environmental, legislative issues, healthcare, and several other issues that impact businesses. So on the bottom of the screen here, we have some logos. These are some of the national connections that CBIA has. We are the state's chamber representative. We are members of the National Association of Manufacturers, otherwise known as NAM. We're part of the National Association of State Chambers, and we are part of the Business Roundtable, which is a nonprofit lobbying association. So we want to go through a little bit of our membership. It's a little snapshot on who we are. So we are really represented companies from one employee to many thousands of employees. About 90% of those members, though, are under 100 employees. So it's a real broad range of industries. As you can see on the left side of the screen, the graph is showing the type of industries that we're in all different types of areas. Manufacturing happens to be one of our larger services. We have about 3,400 members, give or take, and about a third of those are manufacturers. So we do spend a lot of time in that space trying to support those businesses. We're geographically located, as the right draft shows. We are statewide, as I said. We represent multiple different counties and from rural and urban centers too. We intentionally avoid strict size calculations because we want to focus on the business potential and not just the employee size. So we're trying to be a very inclusive membership organization. The membership, as I said, is a very diverse membership. We cross industries, we collaborate with the other industries, and we're tailoring different events and business opportunities to help those businesses scale in the state. We have a real good strategic advantage here because we do have a very comprehensive business ecosystem. We network, as I said, across those sectors, and we share a lot of learning and growing opportunities among our members, as well as those who may be potentially new members with us when they join us. Membership really, the benefits are, regardless of your size, we do have a lot of benefit for being a member. Advocacy work is what we are part of our core mission. Cost-saving programs, we do professional development, and we have compliance resources that are all available to our members. And again, I'm just going to reiterate, if you want to send a little question in, use the Q&A so that we can ask or answer those questions as they come up. So our advocacy work is, as I mentioned, was really the core and the start of why CBIA was formed. We're representing business interests around the state and at the local levels. We're providing a voice for small businesses and large businesses at the state capitol. We're monitoring and influencing legislators who are making those decisions and voting on laws that really impact what we do. We focus on grassroots and the importance of sharing your issues with the state legislators. We're focusing on those small and mid-sized members to be involved in our policy councils. And it's not only for those big companies, it's really those smaller companies, of which most of Connecticut businesses happen to be. I would say some of the key issues that we talked about over the past was the fact that we talk about taxes, we're talking about labor regulations, workforce development, economic development. We're looking at healthcare issues. We're looking at energy policy issues. We're looking at environmental regulations. So there's a lot of areas that we cover. We track the legislative proposals. Our team this past session, they really were very active this past session. They were able to kill off 4,000 bills during the 25 season that would have negatively impact our businesses here in Connecticut. So that tracking and keeping voting records and understanding what our legislators are looking at and what are they saying our members need is why we're at the state capitol every day during session. This upcoming will be a short session, but they're going to be there every day. We have a really strong policy team. We're encouraging our members that to really participate in some of those conversations at the Capitol. We're utilizing really, we're emphasizing on the votes and the regulations that are impacting businesses differently. So we show how CBIA can really advocate for fair and balanced policies. We have Chris Davis, who will be joining us in January for a refresher to really detail a little some of the work that we're going to be doing on our advocacy work. We have an energy connection program, and when we are looking at what is impacting business, we certainly can see that the energy is a huge resource or issue that concerns our companies here. So I would like to introduce you to Tom Gira, our Vice President of Director of Operations for the Energy Connections. And so I'm going to turn this over to Tom to go a little bit deeper about our energy connections here.
Great. Thank you very much, Becky. You can change the slide. In terms of what we do, one of the recurring issues we've heard about from our members year after year is the high cost of energy in Connecticut, which has some of the highest electricity prices in the US. CBIA got input. We've shared this input with legislators, and we directly supported the bill called SB4, which was designed to reduce public benefits charges in Connecticut. That being said, it's absolutely critical that you make the right decisions when it comes down to procurement, and that's where CBI Energy Connections comes in. In addition to the advocacy you just heard about, for the past 26 years, we have been the trusted advisor for energy decisions for our members, often serving as an extension of their finance or procurement staffs. Next slide, please. So why CBIA for energy? When deregulation first happened in the late 1990s, we were one of the first broker aggregators registered with the state. And in the 26 years since, we've helped thousands of member companies save money through our competitive bid program. By watching the market and timing your renewal or your contract and putting competition to work for you, our program not only produces savings, but gives companies budget certainty, something they can't get from the utility. We provide unbiased consulting on procurement, both for electricity and natural gas, to operate in your best interest. For smaller companies, we have something called an aggregation program. Somebody was talking to me the other day and said, that's the Costco model. And I guess you could say it is. It uses a group purchasing model to produce even better prices because instead of one small company getting pricing based on relatively low usage, you're now part of an aggregation or a group purchase with 100 or so companies to bring that pricing down. We're also able to offer green consulting, solar consulting, and helping customers with their sustainability planning. And finally, for customers with out-of-state locations, we can operate in any of the deregulated states. So we have several large customers throughout the US. Next slide, please. So CBI Energy Connections is a member benefit that can truly help any size company, anyone who has an electricity bill in just about every industry sector, sizing from small mom and pops to the largest Fortune 500 companies. We're currently managing over 700 contracts now, and our retention rate is over 90%. This is compared to an industry where the average is about 70% year over year. So we like to think that doing the right things for our member companies does result in that very high electricity retention and natural gas retention. Also noteworthy, something that's a testament to us is we're currently procuring electricity for Connecticut's largest transportation companies, as well as the largest New England utilities. Electricity, gas, and water utilities are buying from our program throughout their service locations in New England because of the transparency and the results we can get. So I would encourage you to learn more about CBI Energy Connections. Feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to Becky and we can get you help. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate the further detail on the Energy Connections program. Of course, you heard that cost sustainability is what I look at it. It's an opportunity to lock into a contract that you can manage then. You know what the details are then. So I'm going to start in on some of the events that we do. As of course, as you know, everybody wants those connections, and the way that we're doing those connections are through our events and networking opportunities. So it's all about how do we learn from one another, best practices, and learning about compliance, and not everything is in person. Sometimes we're doing web-based like today. So we're trying to make sure that we can provide this information broadly. The types of events that we hold are economic conferences, manufacturing summits. We do safety compliance workshops, HR leadership series, different types of networking events, workforce development sessions, just a number of different types. And it's really content driven. That's how we do our events. We make sure that have a very diverse schedule. We target professional development. We're usually the range of our larger events are between 300 and 1,000. So we have a lot of opportunities to network. We do have smaller roundtables where it's, a little more intimate conversations. The way we can bring these events to you is by sponsorship. We do have keynote sponsors that have driven some of our larger events for years. We have event sponsors. So getting into saying, I want to start sponsoring a certain type of event. We have areas where we can be an exhibitor. We just had a past manufacturing summit, and we had a number of exhibitors. We had to close the space down because we didn't have enough room. It's really that kind of networking that we like to do. Gives you branding opportunities. We do have multiple levels of engagement. So if you say, well, I can't do this level of sponsorship, maybe I can do another level and find out what works. So, it could put you into where you could have a captive audience and within a different industry. So you can find where you fit. We do have sponsorship and partnership person here, Stacy Vendetta. She would be happy to go into a little bit more of some of those upcoming programs that we're looking to sponsor and have your name on the event. It's, and this is where we find always it's connecting with customers or potential customers. You're meeting industry peers, so you're expanding some of your knowledge and your professional connections. You're also visible in front of leaders that maybe you want to be in front of. So there's a lot of different ways that you can look at our events. As I said, branding opportunities, put your logo on everything. Speaking opportunities, we do have a lot of speaking opportunities where we tie into our members for their leadership and their industry knowledge to help with the events when we're looking at a very targeted event. We're looking at exhibit space where, you can come and exhibit in different places. We have digital and physical marketing exposure. So branding's important to us to get it out for you. As I said, that it highlights your company, and if you're sponsoring and you get that added branding. I do want to just mention a couple of upcoming programs, but you can find all of our events on our website. We have an annual meeting coming up in November. This is exclusive to our members, and last year we had so many members wanting to join us. We outgrew our space, so we're going this year, November 12th, to the Connecticut Convention Center. So look for that, sign up for it. It's exclusive networking for our members only. We have an annual economic summit, an outlook on what's going on, what's coming up in the economy in January. And then we are looking into March for When Women Lead. It's a leadership conference that is really engaging women leaders on what they're doing in their industries, whether you're in a manufacturing or you're in insurance, it doesn't matter. When these top women in leadership come together, it's a really important event. Some advantages to being a member: you get discounts. You get priority registration, so that's another really great advantage. We have advance notice for the event. So if you're signed up for your newsletter, you're getting that advance notice for events that are being posted on the website. Again, another advantage, you get a speaking opportunity. Again, I look at this exclusive networking. So if you're sponsoring the keynote, you may have a VIP session with them. So it's an opportunity for you to really engage. So strategically, it's a value of, it's informational content, it's professional growth. Business development obviously goes with it, and community engagement. So events is a lot more than just going and having breakfast with us. We have a lot of content that we want to make sure that we're offering our members. So moving on, I'm going to, member benefits. So CBIA has had health connections. We also have medical, dental, life insurance, other types of benefits that we can share with our members. The benefits program was established in 1980, so it goes back quite a ways. And we have a two-prong approach. Like I said, it's medical and ancillary benefits. Very comprehensive, and we're all coming into the renewals of our benefits, whether or not you're looking at a program that you're currently in, or maybe the CBIA Health Connections might be one to take a look at. Our new Health Connections was launched in 2024, and it's a target between 10 and 200 employees. So that's kind of where we look that's our sweet spot. You have to have a minimum of 10 employees enrolled in this program, but it's a flexible enrollment. The ancillary benefits are supplemental insurance, like we just spoke on, the dental, vision plans, short and long-term life and disability. It's customizable. That's a really unique advantage for our members. We have competitive pricing. We tailor it to small business needs, and we're trying to be flexible in program structures. Our coverage is like flexible. We have optional companies from all sizes and scalable benefit packages. So as your company may be growing, it's an opportunity for you to take a look at what you're providing your employees. We negotiate group rates. So we have a very active benefits package for our members. We have consulting services here for that. We have compliance guidance. We look at benefit administrative support. So many different ways that the health benefits and our employee benefits can help you as an employer. So if you are the benefits administrator and want a little more information, we certainly can make you have those connections here at CBIA. Again, this also looks as you offer a benefit package to your future employees or hired employees. You're giving an opportunity to attract new and retain employees. It's just another offering that CBIA has to be a resource for you. And as the benefits are one thing, we also have the HR and compliance resources that are here for our members. Um, it's a very comprehensive, supportive service that we have here. We have free legal hotline calls for our HR hotline. We have two staff attorneys here who look at all the compliance laws and regulations and how are they monitoring what's going on. And so we have HR consulting. We do employment law and safety law, and we had a big conference yesterday, very well attended. Um, we're looking at how do small businesses who may not have those HR resources available to them have access to that. So the logo on here is our hotline to the HR. So we want to make sure that you're getting an opportunity to see what's going on in HR. We have other compliances, and I know I think I see in the chat there's some links back to some of the safety benefits. So I would definitely take a look at some of the links that are going back. Um, Safety resources, OSHA consulting, workplace strategies and guidance. We do compliance training. We do risk mitigation. We're updating those labor law posters. When the state legislators change the laws, we need to update the posters. So you have the access to purchase them through CBIA at a discounted rate. You just go online and we can get you through to purchase those posters for your employees. I did say we have the HR hotline. It's confidential. We don't share that with anybody. It's proactive problem solving for you as the employer. And again, we go to training. We do workshops, safety workshops, certification programs. So many things fall under each one of these resources that a lot of our members miss, and they haven't really taken full advantage of some of the benefits. We do workplace investigations when we're doing customized consulting. We're looking at conflict resolutions. And so obviously the key areas that we're focusing on are labor regulations, workplace safety, employee rights, employers protection, and emerging workplace trends. So our legal team will keep you advised for what we can do. So there's definitely some ways that you can take advantage of some of these employment law and our resources here. Hope I'm not missing questions, I hope. So I'm just going to keep on going through unless I hear otherwise. So Member Resource Center, this is one that I always find fascinating that members haven't really utilized as much as they can. This is an area where you can get exclusive discounts for programs that we have. We have optional support services for you, training and consulting opportunities, like I mentioned in the HR piece. We also have the reason we're doing this is to make it operational support for your business. It's a cost saving, and we want to make sure that when we are putting you in touch with a vendor, we've already vetted them. They are our members. And we feel that that is important for our member to member services and understanding you can have those discounts coming through the Resource Center. We do office supplies, Staples, is our provider, or UPS. We can get those at discount prices if you're doing a lot of that, if you're buying and purchasing. Corporate account pricing, obviously, we try to do that for our members who go through this, they will set up their own corporate accounts. Shipping discounts if you're a freight forwarder and need to get some shipping done. Try looking through the Resource Center first to see if you can have those discounts. Professional services, we're doing training. We're doing employee handbook review. So again, we don't write them, but we do review them for you. We have payroll services if you're not doing your own payroll, accounting services, HR consulting, as I mentioned. We always vet who we're putting our members in touch with. We want to make sure that CBIA members have an exclusivity to other members and are really getting the benefit that we're offering through this resource. We do online and in-person training, which is found in the member resource. Digital resources in libraries, we're trying to make sure that there's information that you can pull down, compliance documentation, best practice guides. It's all in this member center. Um, we're looking at bulk savings when you're buying. It's another way that we look at that cost saving strategy. Employment opportunities, self-service resources, personalized consulting. There's so much here. So if anybody wants to go a little deeper with me on this, I'm happy to take a call with you. In my email, you'll have a link that says book time with me. Go ahead and book time with me. I really like to talk to our members one-on-one. I would also say here's the value. It's saving time for you. It's reducing operational costs. You have access to our experts, and I hope it streamlines your business to make it easier for you to do the business that you're in. So this is an informational and how you're going to get information from us. So we look at the newsletters as a way that you're going to be up to date on things. We're trying to make sure that we're sharing information with our members. Newsletter preference center. Everybody should sign up for their preference. If you haven't done so already, our website, any page at the bottom of the page says stay connected. It's a digest that you can put your name in, put the company in, you're a company member, and then you can go ahead and sign up for any type of information you want. You don't have to have us sending everything to you. If you just want to hear about employment or just about safety events or what's going on, you can get that information from us. So it's really important that we have this for you. So I encourage everyone to sign up for your newsletters. So we have a slide here for the return on your investment. So it's really important. If you take a look at all this, and I'm not going to read these to you, but I think, when you're making a decision to join an association, you could join other associations, but then the return on your investment is here so that you can see how that money that you invest saves you time, effort, and really provides you so many resources. So it's energy cost savings, just like Tom had mentioned earlier, negotiating insurance rates, discount program savings, it's operational cost efficiencies. This is why we look at what are you getting from your investment? You're getting advocacy representation. You're having legislative protection, for the companies that are really concerned about certain issues. Networking opportunities, obviously, professional development, and so many resources. You're having branding opportunities. Your company can be highlighted. We have podcasts. We do newsletter features. We do social media exposure. So if you have members that are employees that are doing some exceptional work, maybe changing job positions and elevating, or you're doing community service, send the information to us. We'll share that out with our members. This will also be special event support. So this is that member to member connection, the potentials for customers. It's the business development side that you're getting by your membership. You're getting the HR component. If you're using the HR hotline, you're getting that calls, and you can see 3 calls to HR is $200 an hour. Well, you're getting it for free. That's a big deal. We have knowledge resources, like you said. We have a lot of training that you can take advantage of, and it's potentially you're annually saving over $14,000 with that investment. It really it saves a lot. And I just heard recently a non-member who decided not to join with us has paid, if they had become a member, they would have had $500 back in their pocket. They've been coming to events on a regular basis at non-member rates. So it really goes to show being a member of CBIA is going to save you money in the long run. So we want to make sure that you're getting something for what you're investing in. And then finally, I'll say in closing, our team here is exceptional. You heard from Tom, and you know how to get in touch with him through the energy program. But Christy Pentima, our CEO, is actively out there every day talking on behalf of business, and is willing to really be part of that. What are we doing for business at the state? Membership, Joe Diaz and myself, we have a great team here. Our membership team is very strong. Stacy Vedetta is on the membership team. She focuses on those sponsorships. Public policy, Chris Davis, as I mentioned, he'll be on in January for a deeper dive on what we are doing in our public policy. Aaron certainly will take calls on anything about the benefits that we talked about. Diane for HR. We just have a huge team here, and these are just some of the leads of these areas. We have so many people here working on your behalf. So just want to recap a little bit. Comprehensive membership benefits. There's a diverse support system here, as I just mentioned. We're tailoring resources for your business. We want you to stay active. We want you to, invite others to join you. And we're emphasizing that ongoing support is important. We want you to see the value. We're providing you with a lot of different communication channels. We're highlighting teammates on your team. Um, we have a lot of information on our website, and so the website resources is vast. And again, I can go through them with you one-on-one, or you can pick through them and call me with questions. We always have a value for our members who really utilize their membership. If you just join and you don't do anything with it, then you can understand why you wouldn't renew. So we're looking at how are we really engaging our members. And so you do have access to all of us here. We want to hear from you as members of CBIA. So again, we're here to help. It's your success is what we do. That's our priority, is make sure that you're successful and growing your business here. We really are trying to make sure that members see value. So I'm going to say thank you to Tom, obviously, for joining me here. I'm trying to see if there's any questions that I need to address, but other than that, I will pause for a minute. If there are questions, feel free to jump right in.
Hi, Becky. We do have a question from Jennifer. She is wondering if we still offer compensation analyst advice.
That's a question for HR. I would have to follow back with you. I'll get that information for you.
Okay, perfect. And then Catherine wants to know, first of all, she wants you to know you're doing a great job. And then she also wants to know, did you mention what the top number of employees for the health benefit enrollment is?
The top number, we're averaging it between 10 and 200. So that's the sweet spot.
Okay, and just those two questions. Doesn't look like anyone else put
Okay.
anything in the chat. What did you say?
Okay, well, with that, I will say thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you learned a little bit more. I will be having another focused refresher in January with Chris Davis with our public policy, so that we can certainly make sure that you hear what we're doing at the state capitol for you. So thank you again. I hope everybody enjoys the coming of fall. It seems it's here, so enjoy the rest of your day.